guys, so this will be my first YouTube video. We're going to start off by introducing you to my current car, which is a 2009 Jaguar XF. Now, this is not the supercharged version. This is the NA 4.2 liter V8 version. So it pushes around 300 horsepower, give or take, but it's enough to get her going. So yeah, let's get into it. We're going to start off with taking a quick look at the engine, because I know it's where everyone's interest is going to be at. So we'll pop this guy open. We're at the engine now. Let's take a look. There she is. Okay, not really anything exciting to see here. It is a Jaguar engine bay, so of course it's clean, because I have to keep it clean. Otherwise I would feel like a disgrace to myself. But yeah, NA, nothing special. This is actually kind of cool, I think. So I've owned 3 cars so far, this being my 3rd. And in my other cars, the intake was actually underneath the car, right here. And it would be direct from the ground, underneath the car, to the box here, the intake box. And this guy's actually really neat because the intake is actually through the grill. Comes up here, runs down there, back to our box. And yeah, so pretty cool. Do I like it? It's alright. It has some problems. Like, eventually when problems start arising in here, it's going to be a nightmare trying to navigate around this thing. There's no space for anything, no room for activities. And one of the things that I noticed when I first got it, this is the fuse box. This is one of the things I have an issue with, as well as the lack of space, of course. But if we open this up, you can see there is the strut, the bolts that hold it in, all that stuff. But back here where my finger is, I don't know if you can see that very well, that bolt is underneath this fuse box. So unless you want to be messing around with a wrench for a while, you may have to take this off to get to the strut, which seems like a pain in the ass if I'm being honest. But yeah, other than that, super clean. What you'd expect from a Jaguar. You got the symbol right there. I think that's kind of cool. Probably my favorite feature on this cover here. And yeah, alright, let's move on to the next part. Big slam. This is kind of cool. We've got headlamp sprayers, so you can wash your headlamps if you need to. Obviously, I need to clean this car. It's a little bit dirty, but it is ceramic coated, so I'm not 100% worried about that just yet. But this sprayer pops out, sprays the headlights, and then goes back in. It's got this nice carbon fiber wrap. It is a wrap, so it's not real carbon fiber, which does suck. It is chrome underneath, I believe, as well as this. This is supposed to be chrome, but that's been painted. And that sprayer is directly connected to these, so when you activate these, it also sprays your headlights. And believe me when I say, those have some power. When I first got this car, I took it to my buddies. I showed it off to them, and they were standing out front, wanted me to show them how that worked. I activated it, pressed the button, and they got absolutely sprayed. So, yeah, that's definitely a weapon right there. Move on to some minor features that I still think are pretty cool. We've got this vent right here, Jaguar, right there. And this vent is really cool because I believe it is functional. If you look in here, you can kind of see those holes there. So I believe this is functional, which makes it a super cool feature. Not just a cosmetic mount on, like most cars these days. It does have the backup sensors. It has those on the front as well, so you can see where you're going. Backup camera. This nice carbon fiber wrap, which bleeds into this white strip on the tail light there. And then we'll move to the wheels, which is another cool feature. It came with these wheels. I love the black. Right here you can see 18-inch rims. Super nice. I do believe that this car would look nicer if the wheel kind of stuck out a bit more, filled up more of this space. Other than that, it's good. These are brand new tires. Still got the little things here. And nice clean disc brakes. Move to the back, which is super cool. It has slotted brake pads. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I was super excited about that. I like the look of them. Obviously, it has the performance feature. So, yeah, this thing is rear-wheel drive. So that would be why the brakes are, the slotted brakes are on the back and not the front. But, yeah, all right, let's move on. Now we're going to go in the car. Keyless entry. You got your nice Jaguar plate right here. Nice and clean. Got your memory seats right here. It's got this cool little dial for your mirrors. Got speakers here in the doors. It's got them up top there, in the back, behind me. Right on that thing there. It's got the bass. And then we come in here, we've got an interesting design, which took me a while to get used to, because I'm not used to this level of a car, since my last car was a 300. But you've got these cool buttons here. Now these are neat because everything you need to control with your car is controlled in this centerpiece here. Even the lock and unlock of the doors is on this center. Everything is super like solid, as you can hear. Not much play in the car. Well built, as you'd expect. Whoops. Knocked the camera over. As you'd expect from a, you know, high-end car, everything is pretty sturdy. It has an electric brake, right? It has this, which is a speed limiter. So if you want to set a limit on your car, say, you know, the wife is driving, you don't want her to go excess of a certain speed, you set the limit on here and it will not go past that speed. Basically, adjustable governor, I guess you could call it. Has snow control for traction in the snow, although why you would drive this in the snow, I have no idea. It has the traction control right here. This is a super cool feature. This is the shifter with that, again, carbon fiber wrap, same as on the parking brake. And this descends into the console when it's off. You can see it's flush. And then, of course, push to start. Gotta love that sound. Alright, and as you can see, it pops up and it descends back down nice and slowly. So, let me move my sunglasses out of the way. So as we can see here, these are the holders in the center. Nice and crisp. Comes up, you got a cup holder there. Now these are super clean. Listen to that. Nice. No play in that whatsoever. Same here. Nice and clean. Now this is a pretty cool feature with the glove box. There's actually a button. Well, it's a pressure sensor right here. So you just... and there it is. Just pops right open. And again, nice click. Now it has ambient lights on the sides of both doors, which is kind of neat. Of course, you got your Jaguar logo here, which is always something to appreciate. Nice blue backlighting on the dash, which is, of course, all around the car. Cruise control is up here, which makes it super handy to just, you know, roll that up. It's got your call, and my favorite thing, of course, right behind the wheel here, you got your paddle shifters. Super sensitive. You got your shift up, shift down there. Very nice to play around with. Makes it super fun to drive. Very responsive. I definitely would recommend this car as a track day car or something like that, because for a rear wheel drive car, it does handle really well. So we'll put this here for now. So overall, I think this is a really good car. It's a luxury vehicle, so you're gonna get what you pay for with it, of course. And yeah, overall fun car to drive. Super comfortable. It's got these, here, I'll move the camera for you. It almost hugs you, right? You sit right in the seat. It's got heating and cooling seats. A lot of settings, valet setting, of course, if you're at a hotel or something like that. Yeah, mileage is amazing for a V8 because it is that 4.2 liter V8, but it's amazing. I've got probably 3/4 tank right now, and that's going to take me 362 kilometers, which is not bad at all considering what it is. Alright guys, so next we're going to be doing a little road test with this guy. I'm going to bring you guys with me. We'll go for a drive. We'll talk about the feel of it, how it sits on the road, that kind of thing, and my experience with the car so far. So yeah, before we do that though, it snowed outside. Still, it's a garage car, so it's still on summers. So I just got to plow the drive so I could take it down. So here's the plow. We just got to move the old Mazda out, and then we'll pull the truck in, get this thing lined up, and then we'll mount her up. All right, let's go grab the keys. I got the keys right here. We're ready to go. Just got to hop in here. All right, pull this guy out. Give her a minute, let the revs drop down a bit. As I say, most engine problems happen in the first couple minutes of starting a vehicle. So I always recommend to my family and people I know that when you start a car up, especially from cold, let those revs drop down to where it settles and then put it in gear. Otherwise you could mess something up that could be expensive. So yeah, we'll skip ahead so you guys don't have to wait for that. Before I back this out, I just want to quickly show you guys what I mean. So you can see right there, the RPMs used to be up here. Now they've settled down below 1,000 RPM, which is a good point in which you can put it in gear. Let's continue with backing this guy out. And then we can get the truck in, and then we'll be good to go. Now, the Mazda Tribute, which is what this is a four-wheel drive SUV. It's fairly small. It's mostly a grocery getter for me and my grandparents. It used to be my grandma's car. Since my grandma doesn't drive it anymore, we mostly use it for winter use. And that is because it is amazing in the snow. I've never once been worried that I will lose traction in this thing. Never once been scared driving it in the winter or anything like that. It's Old Faithful, really, aside from the truck. But yeah, so we have her parked here. Let's grab the keys to the truck and then we'll move it to the garage. The truck keys. Let's hop in. The lights on. And again, we'll let those revs drop, and then we'll continue. Okay, we're gonna move this guy into the garage now. Quit messing around. There she is. Gonna line up the truck for the plow, then we'll hop out, do any final adjustments we need doing, and then we should be good. Okay, that looks about right. I'm gonna hop out and we'll take a look. Let's go take a look at this plow. It's a bit loud because of the truck, and we're in the garage now, but there you can see. So this is a detachable plow. So you got your prongs here, there, and you got some hooks here that you can latch on with this thing. You pull it up, latch that on to these mounts here and on the other side, and then you slide these prongs right in there. Should be like butter. Just gotta line this thing up. Alright, so we just gotta, shimmy some things. I'm gonna move these things out of the way. I got a jack right in front of it. We'll need that later. I'll need this right now. Okay. Plow's a little off center, so we'll fix that. Almost there, just getting those spokes lined up. Now, we may have a problem here. So I didn't notice this before, but I probably should have. So this is a stand. This lifts this off the ground, so you can just drive those on. But as you can see, this guy's already up, which means the plow is on the ground and not level with those. So what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to jack this up somehow, get that stand down, and then hopefully no more problems. And now we've got this thing jacked up, as you can see. It's off the ground. Should be enough clearance here. Pop this guy down, so I'll set you guys down somewhere. Alright, so there's a pin right here. You can't really see it from that angle, but I don't have anywhere else to put you guys, so you'll have to sit there. We're going to pull this pin out and then drop that stand. And the pin should go right back in there, just like that. If you heard the click. And yes, now we're going to lower it back down. Gently as always. Nice and easy. Don't want to break anything. Okay. As we can see, it's not supposed to look like that. That is because this has caught the ground. So all we're gonna do is secure ourselves on this, give it a little encouragement, and boom, just like that. And now that should slide right in. We're just going to make some final adjustments there. It's not 100% where I want it to be just yet. Give it a little nudge. Pretty close. I'm pretty happy with that. We'll move the truck up, straighten it up a little bit, and see if we nailed it. So we're back in the truck again. Pop her in gear. We're just gonna inch it ever so slowly. Nice and easy. Little movement on the plow there. We're gonna go check it out. See if anything's wrong. So that's actually pretty good. That's about in there. And that's about in there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to just kind of help it in a little bit. Go to the other side. And moving the jack out of the way. We're going to have better access. Nice little shimmy. That looks about right. We do have a slight situation. Looks like we have hydraulic fluid down there. And if I'm correct, yeah, so hydraulic fluid is coming from here. See, it's leaking from this cover right here. So we'll take that cover up and once we get it mounted, and then I'm pretty sure it's exactly what I've had happen before. The cap seal on the hydraulic fluid isn't very, like the reservoir isn't very sealing, I guess you could say. When we first got this plow, we had this issue, but I'm pretty sure it's not a major problem. So yeah, let's finish mounting this. She is all in. Just gotta pop these hooks in, pull this out. Now this is a little tight with this and where it's sitting right now, so we're gonna jack up the other side, and then hopefully that should come straight out, then we can hook it on. So let's go grab the jack. Alright, we got the jack. I'm gonna put it right under there. Can't really see it, but jack her up. Oh, alright, let me move to the other side. Hook that on. There she is. Okay, she's on there. Gonna lower it nice and easy. Pull this guy out. Move it out of the way. And yeah. Alright. Now we gotta hook the cables up. Should be fairly easy. I have the cables tied up in there, you can see right there. So we'll get some pliers, cut that up, and then plug it in. Turn the truck off so you guys can hear me better when we're underneath this thing. But first things first, put those there. I'm gonna grab an old shirt, lay that down. I don't have a crawler, so keep my nice pretty jacket nice and pretty. Okay, so we'll grab another one right here, sweater. I really gotta clean this place up. We'll get to that later. Alright, that should be good enough. We'll grab our pliers. And get underneath. Take a look. Okay, so this right here. Where is it? That right there is what we need. So we're gonna have to cut the. Get you guys in there. I'll decide to turn the flash on so you guys can see better. This is what we're working with right here. These are the plugs. We're gonna grab that zip tie there. Give it a good old cut. Kind of a tight spot. There it is. There's another one right back here. That's going to be a pain to get at. We're just going to try and play it around. Hope it snaps off. I might have to put you guys down for a minute for this one. Once I put you guys down, I managed to get that zip tie off. There it is. Now what we're going to do is pop that guy through there. And we got our two cables right there. Nice. We'll thread that through to that side. I go in here. And there they are. So we're going to reach our hand under there. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, almost got that second one. There it is. Okay. So now we got them in hand. We're going to try and maneuver them over that bar like that. Hope it stays. And then I miss the other one. And I go back under the other way. And hopefully just slide that through like that. There it is. Okay, so now I gotta get these covers off. Don't mind my breath in the... Alright, let's get these guys off. A little tight, but we managed. So, now I'm gonna have to find a place for you guys. Okay, now I got a place for you to sit. We gotta find the right one. So, this one looks like that. The one I'm holding in my right hand does not. So, I'm gonna grab the other one. There it is. You can see. Line it up. And it should go straight on. Yep, like a dream. And let's get this guy. Oh, this one's a little more stubborn. You have to use some moderate amount of violence to get this to go in. Ugh, just doesn't want to go in. Oh, hold on. Let me get a better angle at this. Okay. We're going underneath. I'm gonna try and shimmy it the rest of the way. No, that's not the right angle. A lot of these plugs is just trial and error until you get it in the right angle, and then it goes on. Oh, it looks about right. Now we're gonna check out that hydraulic leak. Pop these off. I'll just make sure not to pinch your fingers doing these, because that would suck a lot. Okay. Covers off. Let's take a look. As you can see right here, there it is. Right around here you can see hydraulic fluid. You can even see the blue on there. That is, I'm gonna take a look. I mean, the rubber seal looks okay. I'll have to take a look at that later. It should be fine for now. I remember when we got this, they overfilled the hydraulics, so there could still be excess draining out at the top, sloshing around. But as always, when you see a problem, it's best to fix it before it gets worse. Luckily, just a quick plow the driveway should be fine. Okay, we'll put this guy back on. There's a trick to it. Go bottom first, and then, oh, that's not right. It should be a lot cleaner going than that. That's a good noise. That means she's on. Oh. And now we're good. Next is we're going to line this up, make sure when we back out we're not going to hit the tractor or the bench or anything like that. So I'm looking here. I'm going to stand behind this flag here. I'm going to look that way. This looks like it should clear that. Now we're going to check the other side. Other side should clear the bench, but there's a couple items in the way. I'll go grab those now. Tamper. Move that in front of the plow. And then, what else? There's a garbage bag at the back. I'll go grab that. We're going to fire the truck up and then back it up. Okay, so off camera all I did was put the Mazda away in place of the truck in the, hang on. Put the Mazda away in place of the truck in the garage so it keeps warm, and did a quick line down the driveway. We're just going to go back up the driveway, and then we're going to do one more line and then should be done. Yeah. So let's go do that. Sorry about the angle right now. I don't have many places to put my phone right now. So that'll have to do. As long as you can hear me. That's all that really matters. Nice clean line. Yeah, I'm proud of myself. I'm gonna turn it around. We're lined up. We're gonna angle it, the plow, and float it. Okay. Now, this is a lot harder than doing the left side of the driveway because I gotta kind of judge where the right end of the driveway is. Sorry if I'm a little quiet right now, I'm just kind of focused. Almost at the end. Alright, final stretch. This part is where it gets tricky, so that part's tricky at the end there because the driveway dips down and the road bumps back up. So if you don't hit the plow right at the bottom, you lift it too soon and you've left a pile of snow at the end of the driveway, and you lift it too late, you catch it on the road, and it can you know, it's not nice for a truck. Truck doesn't like it very much, and we very much like to take care of trucks, so because it takes care of us in the winter. So always, that's another thing I should say, I guess. Always respect your winter beaters. I know they're gonna be, you're like, let me put that on so you can see my pretty face. Winter beaters, or as most people call me here in Alberta, the winter bitch. Hopefully I don't get taken down for that. Mom, please don't hate me. Most people just, you know, hate on them. They're like, oh, I don't like this car, it's just a winter beater, oh, it's nothing good. Well, that winter beater allows your pretty show car to sit comfortably in that heated garage, so I feel like it deserves all the respect in the world, because without that, especially here in Canada, like 9 months out of the year we get snow. So 9 months out of the year I'm driving a winter beater like the truck. Which, by the way, I gotta come up with a name with. So if you guys have any name suggestions for the truck, let me know. But yeah, so as I was saying, always respect the winter beater, and the winter beater will always respect you. There's one thing you learn from my channel, and it's future, if there hopefully is one, always respect the beater. So now we're coming back up. Hopefully the ice isn't as bad, and then we can you know, drive the Jag. Okay, I'm gonna skip past the grunt stuff here and then skip to driving the car. Alright, we're finally in the car. Let's get her moving. Now I'm hoping for the best because we are currently rear-wheel drive, summer tires, in the snow. So this should go good. Alright. So I'll start this off by saying one of the things I notice about this car is definitely how amazing it handles in the snow. Given that it is a rear-wheel drive, right, again, summer tires, not much slip. It does have a winter mode on it, so it's almost like traction control, which works pretty well, but yeah, it's got paddle shifters. You kind of see it right there. There's one of them. Super sensitive, super crisp. We'll throw those we'll activate those when we hit the main road. So let's talk about the car. This car, if I haven't said already, is the 2009 Jaguar XF. It has a 4.2 liter naturally aspirated V8, which puts out 300 horsepower, about 312 pound-feet of torque. If you want the RPM specs for that, you can Google that. But yeah, so it's not a lot of power. But keep in mind it's about 3,600 pounds, I believe. So it gets moving. You can see that kind of in its 0 to 60. It's got a decent 0 to 60 of, I believe, 6.2 seconds. And then its quarter mile is a measly, horrendous 14.9 seconds. So she's definitely not a drag car. But one of the amazing things about this car is how well it handles. It's one of its best features is how well it handles. And it's hard to describe exactly how well it does handle without you actually being behind the wheel. Now, think of it this way, right? You ever played Mario Kart? You know that guy that's in the cloud that floats around with the fishing rod in the cloud? You know the one I'm talking about? Yeah, imagine you're in the cloud like him. And imagine you're floating over a mountain, right? Feels like nothing. Don't even notice the mountain. That's what this thing feels like on the bumps. It just glides over it. It's crazy. Super comfortable. It's got it's got the heating and cooling seats and these nice leather seats. Makes the ride super enjoyable. Back in 2009, the target audience for this car was a more youthful generation rather than the older generation of Jaguars, which stuck with its typical who do you expect to drive a Jag, right? Some old guy, right? But the Jaguar XF was actually marketed to a younger audience, and you can see that with the technology and the audio that was put in. Super clean quality on the music, and super crisp to listen to. Just overall breathtaking, especially its surround, so it just sounds amazing. And you could definitely get a taste for that luxury. So one of the cool things that I found was that the interior on this thing actually competes with other cars in this time. So the interior that's on the Jaguar XF is actually really special. It's got wood paneling all over, but not enough to choke you out of the car or suffocate you, right? It's just the right amount of accents, and the interior on this car actually almost over-exceeded the other interiors of its time. So I'm talking 2009 Rolls Royce or things like that, right? This was actually one of the biggest competitors for interior design in 2009 with those luxury brands, which is just something you wouldn't really expect, especially given Jaguar's nasty reputation that it had to come back from. And this was one of their comeback cars. Now, the body lines and the design on the exterior isn't anything special. If you look at it from a distance, it looks like any other car. But if you look closely, you can start to see the little designs as if someone didn't build this car from a distance. He built it like right up close to it, taking care of every part he can. And you feel that craftsmanship when you drive it or when people see you in this car, right? Now, again, back when this came out, the character that this car delivers when it's on the road competed by reviews with cars such as the BMW M5 series or the 5 series at all, the Audi A6, the Mercedes E-Class, all those like big name companies didn't really have the same feel as this car. You can expect that based off the audience they were trying to attack at. So yeah, overall, you know what? It's not the most reliable car, right? It's still got its problems. Jaguar still had a pretty bad reputation of car quality or reliability back then, right? So you're going to see that in a car like this. But one of the things I can say is it gives such an amazing driving experience. Like, you feel like you're in luxury. And it's at such a bargain price. This car cost me about $20,000, give or take, which with under 100,000 kilometers isn't bad for a Jaguar. So definitely one of the more affordable luxury sports cars you can get. But again, it's not the fastest. If you want an XF for performance, you can get the supercharged V6, which is 420 horsepower, and that they still make that. So, or I believe they still make it. So you can get a brand new one, which is very good. So now what we're going to do is we're going to pop it in manual with the paddle shifters, and we'll give you guys a look at the acceleration, the quickness of the paddle shifters, and then yeah, hopefully I can give you guys the best feel for what it is. We're going to throw it in sport mode, so it keeps it on the paddle shifters. Gonna go up and boom, we're in fourth. We're crossing the train track here, so we're gonna go all the way down. Alright, we're starting at 0, and here we go. Definitely a lot of power. Super responsive. Just an overall beautiful car, right? Got that sporty feel on it. Got that get up and go that you would want from getting a Jaguar. And my favorite thing about this car is, of course, with a Jaguar and the V8, you hear that roar that comes from the engine. It's just amazing, right? But yeah, so that's my review of the car. And my opinion about the car is that I definitely love the feel of it. This is one of the best cars that I've ever owned. And I've only owned 3, so that's not saying much, but but yeah, I would highly recommend this. For reliability, I would not. I would have liked to have seen more power come out of this, because there's not a lot of horsepower underneath this thing to carry it, but as just a luxury A to B car, definitely worth the money I paid. And I definitely wouldn't change a thing about that, and I'm very happy with it. The paint is clean, so it looks amazing when it's washed. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll hopefully have another video coming up soon. When I get my hands on another car to review, I'll post that as well, get that going. And let me know what you guys think of this review, and if there's any other cars in particular you want to see me talk about. So yeah, have a good one.